Welcome to the future. We may not have flying cars or a cure for cancer quite yet, but there is some cool stuff going on today. Teens are just as stupid as they were before, but now we have the internet, so that's cool. Every day technology is getting better and better, smaller and more powerful. For instance, quantum computers, which utilize quantum physics to compute data with essentially infinite power. Tech is getting cheap too. Look at any middle school in the country, and I guarantee that the majority of the kids are carrying a smartphone in some way, shape, or form. The internet has completely captured today's kids, and with all that technology comes a lot of data. You see, in order to send that last text, in order to open today's YouTube feed, or to update your its learning password, a lot of data needs to be moved from place to place. Data is really valuable. Look at Facebook, Google, or Twitter. All companies literally founded on using their users' data to make money. The thing about the internet is that everybody is connected to everybody, meaning that once that last text leaves your phone, anybody on the planet could see it. Might need to fix that. Luckily, someone a lot smarter than I am figured out how to keep this all from happening. Digital encryption. Encryption is basically a way to get information from one point to another without anyone being able to see it. It acts as sort of like a lock for data. Here's how it works. Say you have two computers that need to talk, a server and a computer. The server has a few tools it can use, the public key and the private key. The public key isn't really a key, it's basically a lock and can only be used to scramble up data. The private key acts as a key to decrypt with the public key scrambled. It doesn't make sense, I know. First, the server sends the user the public key, but doesn't send the private key. The user's computer then uses the public key to scramble the information that they need to send and sends it back to the server, who uses the private key to unlock it. Great, that works when the user needs to send data to the server, but what happens when the server needs to send stuff to the user? Easy, just do the process in reverse. The user's computer makes a public and private key, sends the public key, HAL sends stuff encrypted with the public key to the user, who decrypts it with the private key. Fantastic! The internet is fixed. Everyone is happy. Not exactly. There's an issue. It's not an issue yet, but it's gonna be an issue. Eventually. The public key and the private key come in pairs, right? It turns out you can figure out what the private key is if you have the public key, which is bad. Luckily, it's really hard to do that, insanely complicated, and requires calculations that are way beyond anything that we have today, and we need a computer with insane, nearly infinite amounts of power, which doesn't oh, hi. Okay, yeah, that might be a problem. Quantum computers can and will destroy today's encryption, which is bad. Today, they're pretty harmless, designed to do really specific calculations, like weather, good things. As quantum computers advance, they'll be able to do bad things, like hacking into Jennifer Lawrence's iPhone for the umpteenth time. Fortunately, quantum computers can solve their own problem, and it involves a lot of quantum physics. Enter quantum encryption. I won't go into depth, but in a nutshell, instead of public and private key, there's just a private key, which can encrypt and decrypt data on its own. Quantum computers can securely transfer that key without anyone seeing it, because quantum physics, that's why. So, in summary, traditional encryption works fine for now, but we're probably gonna need all this fancy quantum stuff in the future. I'll probably be dead by then, but hey, it's out there, I guess.